Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Top 3 Tuesday. We've got a tricky one tonight. Somebody in work, I was talking about ideas for Top 3 Tuesday. I told them I got a YouTube channel. So shout out Frankie if you're ever going to watch this. I don't know if you subscribed or not, but he came up with this really good idea. Okay, obviously you've got movie games, movie tie-in games. There's not a lot, not anymore anyway. There's not a lot of games based on the movie. To give you an example, the first game I thought of when he said movie games, I thought of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, but that doesn't count. What he meant was it's got to follow some shape or form the story of the movie. So it kind of tells the same story that you could watch in the cinema, basically. So this is like expands on it, so that doesn't actually count. Another one that doesn't actually count, the second thing that came to mind, is The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Really good games. Both of these are really good games, okay? But this expands on the story. I think there are cutscenes from the movie in there, but it's like you're doing your little adventure whilst the Fellowship of the Ring, they're doing their own little adventure as well, you know. So they don't actually count. I tell you some other games then that do count, but I haven't actually played them, so they're not going to be based on my... They're not going to make my top 3. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I believe that follows the movie. This is probably one of the last fucking Star Wars games they made based on the movie. Back in the day, there used to be loads of games used to come out. Like Super Star Wars and stuff like that comes to mind. You know, loosely based on the movie. Another one, Lego Lord of the Rings. Haven't played it. This is the top rated Lego game. Lego movie game or whatever. So I will get around to playing that sooner rather than later. And another one, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official movie, the official game of the movie. That's a mouthful, isn't it? I've got this on the PS2 as well, but I wanted to play it. When I do play it, I'll be playing this version, the Xbox 360 version, because I want the best experience possible, because I will love that movie. What else have I got here then? So I've got my top 3. I suppose, like things like Treasure Planet, the reason I grabbed that's when I played this a little bit. This is one of my favourite Disney movies, if anyone was wondering. I absolutely love it. It's like one of those, you had the animation, the old school animation, and the CGI mixed in together, and it just looks fucking brilliant. Love the story and everything. My favourite film, one of my favourite Disney movies. So that does count, but it hasn't made my top 3. This one's... I was going to put this in my top 3, but I don't think it's fair. It doesn't really count. So you've got Street Fighter, the movie, the game. There's not much of a story in there, you know, but I just wanted to add it. I'd more talk about this game. I don't need any excuses to talk about this game, basically. It's a work of art, in my opinion. Like, look at Honda versus Kami there. Fucking brilliant. So I don't think it's fair to put that in my top 3. And I bundle these other honourable mentions together. You've got the Lord of the Rings games. Never played the first one, but I had Return of the King. I bought Return of the King. I think I bought that in Comic-Con one year. The first year I went, I actually bought it on the GameCube. And Chris, who was with me, said, "Oh, that's quite scratched mine." I said, "I'll be fine. They wouldn't be selling shit in Comic-Con, would they, these vendors?" Took it on, it didn't work. So I've tracked down the PlayStation 2 versions, you know. They're not very expensive. It wasn't expensive on the GameCube either. But these are great fun. Very easy games, hack and slash, turn your brain off. But yeah, they do follow the movie. So that's the last of my honourable mentions. All 3, only now I realise this, because I love the movies. All 3 of these are the same fucking franchise. And 2 of them are from the same makers. So my third Number 3 then is Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, or what was the complete saga at the time. Really enjoyed it. It's really funny. This hasn't got the voice acting or the voice. It's all like the. It's very charming, very, very funny. The cutscenes in this and how they manage to tell a story of Star Wars very quickly, without having any dialogue. Is fucking genius, you know. But you can tell the makers of this are fans, are passionate fans about the franchise, you know. But it's some of the levels I wasn't a fan of. Some of the flying levels I wasn't a fan of them at all. But obviously you can't have a Star Wars game based on the movie without flying missions. But one of the other games in there does it a lot better. You know, it won't be a surprise when it's next, actually. But yeah, I really enjoy that. That's not an expensive game either. Obviously I got the essentials, I don't care. Yeah, really enjoyed that game. Which leads me nicely into the next one. It's the Skywalker Saga. I have briefly spoke about it. I thought when they announced this, I thought all you were getting these 6 games in there, plus the newer 3 films, the sequels. But no, they've redone it. It's some people actually prefer the original saga, the complete saga editions. But so far, what I've played of this, I've nearly finished it actually. This just blows out of the water, in my opinion. The controls are better, are perfected. I can't really fault it. Such a relaxing game, and it's a sign it's done right. It makes you want to go and watch the movies. Every single night I play this. I've got all the movies on my iPad, all 9 of them. Well, all 11 of them basically, if you include in the other ones. But yeah, so every single time I play this, that night I guarantee you I'll watch that when I go to bed, you know. If you haven't picked this up, it's definitely worth it. It's just around about the £30 mark now. I think brand new, £30, give or take. It won't be long and it'll be dropping. But at the moment, time of filming this video, 30 quid. Again, it's another Star Wars game, or games. I got 2 in my top, in the top spot. But when Frankie said this, that he told us the rules, if you like, or told us what qualifies, it took me ages. I was thinking, when I thought of the Lego ones, I thought, there we go. Some of the boys, I don't shut up about video games. Some of the boys in work were on their phones Googling top. I just thought of another honourable mention that wouldn't actually have made my top 3. Yeah, the boys just like Googling the top films, but a lot of them, like Riddick, it wasn't a stricter rule. I'm not very explaining myself, but another honourable mention, I just remembered, it is on my shelf, is the GoldenEye game. That's actually considered the number 1. But when I was looking at my collection, I gotta be honest, I'd rather play these games than GoldenEye. GoldenEye definitely qualifies. It follows the movie to a T. I know exactly what happens in the movie. I think I've only ever watched it once, but I know the story from playing the game. That's probably the best way to explain it. But the number 1 slot is Star Wars Battlefront. So I bundled them together, and these are the original ones that came out. Saying about original, these are actually my original games. I bought them both on launch day. And that shows how much I look after my games, you know, both complete in box. Yeah, look, I may as well show you then. Yeah, that's how you look after a game, guys. And the original one. Yeah, so, yeah, these games, like, for example, Battle of Hoth, it's so exciting. For me, it's the highlight. It's in both of these games. And I think what I liked with them is you've got 200 players. You're against 250 players who are actually outnumbered. Little things like that, because in the movie you are actually outnumbered, you know, and the rebels lose that war, don't they? Because they're just literally trying to escape while the Empire are invading Hoth, aren't they? So, yeah, this is it done right. It still holds up. I still play this game today. I haven't played it today, but I still play these games today, you know, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to bring fucking GoldenEye down. Yeah, so that's my number 1 with GoldenEye on that. Yeah, easily my favourite games based on the movie. Let me know in the comments. Probably be a load of GoldenEyes in there. Let me know in the comments what your top number 1, or if you can think of 3, because it's not as easy as you think, you know. Have I missed any games? Just shout them out, you know. I did think Jedi Power Battles for the PlayStation might qualify, but maybe does it tell the story? Would you know the story of the movie without watching the movie, just by playing that game? That's probably the easiest way to explain what would qualify for this, okay? Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you liked it. As always, love you. Bye.